and learn about physics with different stories, songs, and dance. Stay tuned on STEM Junior.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisikin, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, pagpituwin at araw niya, kailan pa may di magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng barkay mga api, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Aim high with STI, the future's here today. Fly high with STI, be the best that you can be. Alright to tomorrow, with dignity and pride. A vision of excellence, our resounding battle cry. Aim high with STI, the future is here today. Fly high with STI, be the best that you can be.
Have fun and learn about physics with different stories, songs, and dance. Stay tuned on STEM Junior.
Episode 1, Mr. Newton, Laws of Motion.
Hey! Everyone's talking about the law of motions. What are those? And who is Mr. Newton? Let's find out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going on a trip with our favorite scientist, zooming through the sky. Mr. Newton, climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find.
Rev it up now. We're going on a trip with our favorite scientist, zooming through the sky. Mr. Newton, climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find. Law of motions. Come on, let's go, Mr. Newton. We need you, Mr. Newton. Yeah!
We've all heard the story a young Isaac Newton is sitting beneath an apple tree contemplating the mysterious universe. Suddenly, boink! An apple hits him on the head. Ah! In a flash, he understands that the very same force that brought the apple crashing toward the ground also keeps the moon falling toward the earth and the earth falling toward the sun, which is because of the gravity. Or something like that. The apocryphal story is one of the most painless in the history of science, and now you can see for yourself what Newton actually said. Newton told the apple story to Stockley, who related as such. After dinner, the weather being warm, we went into the garden and drank the tea under the shade of some apple trees. He told me he was just in the same situation as when formerly the notion of gravitation came into his mind. It was occasioned by the fall of an apple. As he sat in contemplative mood, why should that apple always descend perpendicularly to the ground? Thought he to himself. Let's get into it. The Newton's law of motion, starting the first law of motion, the law of inertia. Here's the stem board.
What will happen if you're driving your car fast without a seatbelt and suddenly stop? A. You will be teleported in the backseat. B. You will be thrown in front. C. You will be suddenly sing Party in the USA. Well, let's find out. Well, for your safety measures, it looks like you need to wear your seatbelt if you're driving your car. But, what do you think is the reason behind this motion? Well, it's actually the Newton's first law of motion. Before we explain this, let's watch another video. This guy was kicking the ball, while this woman was walking up the stairs. Did you know that there is a law of inertia in this motion? But what do we mean by Newton's first law of motion? To answer that question, let's call the magic screen.
Newton's first law states that if a body is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it is acted upon by a force. This postulate known as the law of inertia. Like for example, the motion of a ball falling down through the atmosphere or a model rocket being launched up into the atmosphere are both examples of Newton's first law of motion.
If we have the first law, we also have the second law of motion, the law of acceleration.
What will happen to the bike if you put force on the pedal? A. The bike will move backwards. B. The bike will explode. Or C. The bike will move forward. Well, it is obviously that the answer is letter C, that the bike will move forward. This is actually under the Newton's second law of motion. Well, to further understand this Newton's second law of motion, let's watch another video. This woman was pushing a pushcart in a grocery store, while this guy was pushing the handle downward. And last, there is also presence of Newton's second law of motion, and this is slingshot. And to further understand the Newton's second law of motion, let's call the magic screen.
Newton's second law of motion pertains to the behavior for which all existing forces are not balanced. It states that the acceleration of an object depends directly on the net force acting on the object and inversely upon the mass of the object. So as the force of the object increases, the acceleration increases. As the mass of the object increases, the acceleration of the object decreases.
Well, lastly, the third one is the law of interaction. Let's watch the STEM board.
Jepoy has a moon lump, which can be activated by applying force to it. Surprisingly, the lump did not activate with the force Jepoy is applying. Therefore, unhesitant and unconsciously, Jepoy slapped it with a great amount of force. What will happen to Jepoy's hand? A. Jepoy's hand will disappear. B. Jepoy's hand will feel faint. Or C. Jepoy's hand will feel nothing. Well, the answer is letter B. Jepoy's hand will feel pain. The reason behind this is that the Newton's third law of motion, which is the law of interaction, meaning that the amount of force Jepoy applied to the lump is equal to the force exerted by the lump back to Jepoy, which is strong enough to make his hands feel pain. This woman was trying to push the wall, while this man was throwing the ball into the wall. And this guy was punching the wall. Those are examples of Newton's third law of motion, the law of interaction. And now let's go the magic screen for her explanation.
Newton's third law of motion or the law of interaction states that forces always come in pairs, meaning when two things interact, they always exert the same amount of force but to opposite direction. These two forces are called the action and reaction force. A great example is when you are hammering a nail. You exert force on the hammer that will cause the nail to sink. This is the action force. As a result, the nail will exert the same amount of force back to the hammer, and that is why you will feel and see the recoiling of the hammer that you are holding. And that is the reaction force.
Well, that concludes the Newton's law of motion. All in all, Newton's law are very important because they tie into almost everything we see in everyday life. These laws tell us exactly how things move or sit still. Newton's law tell us how cars work, how water flows, how buildings don't fall down, and basically how everything around us moves. Well, again, this is Saidi and Minor, and see you on the next episode of The STEM Clues.
I was a fine STEM student doing alright.
Then I became a scientist
Overnight.
Now I gotta figure out how to do it right. So much to learn and see.
I'm in the campus with my new family, in a class that's just for scientists. A whole enchanted world is waiting for me.
I'm so excited to be.
I'm finding out what being scientist is all about. Making my way is an adventure every day.
It's gonna be my time
To show them all that I'm STEM physicist.
Work objects move as a force is applied. Work objects move the same way. Power you divide, work to stand by.
Them and I calculate each seconds, minutes, and hour. Bigger and better, POWER. ENERGY, energy is best defined property that transfer to perform a word. Work, power, and energy. Work, power, and energy. Work, power, and energy. When
work is right, how do you know? But just if it moves on, force is applied, push or pull it. It may slide, work if it moves away. Power is rate at which work is done. There are two types of energy, kinetic and potential energy.
Doesn't this seem logical? For the more energy you have, the more work you can accomplish and the more activities you can engage in.
Come on everybody, let's get our bodies moving so that we can reach the capacity through work and power. E-N-E-R-G-Y energy.
So, ang mga nakikita ko ay yan na sila. So, after 3, smile tayo. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile.
It seems like Prof. Physics sent us a letter. Let's read it. Dear J and STEM, I'm going to have an important lecture tomorrow at school. But a falcon came and took the lesson I prepared for my students. I'm afraid it was torn out into pieces. Can you help me? Sincerely, Prof. Physics. Since Prof. Physics lost his lesson and a falcon stole it, maybe we could help him find the falcon and bring back his lesson. What do you think, STEM? I already have one thing in mind. I think you know it too. It's time for STEM clues! The falcon's feather will be our guide. Those are the clues and we're going to write that on our notebook. Now, let's find the falcon and bring back the lesson. Look! There's a feather by the window. There's a tree and a man lifting a box to his car's compartment. Which do you think are the clues?
The man lifting the box!
That's right. Let's take a closer look. Look, there's a piece of paper. Looks like it is part of Prof. Physics lesson that was torn out. Let's read it.
Work is done when force is applied to something and then it moves. Energy is the ability, or it is what you need in order to do that work. When combined, both represent power. It is the rate of doing that work and how much energy was performed in a specific time. Hurry! You must have all the torn pieces of paper from Falcon before it's too late. Go!
Woo! So that's the meaning of our first clue? Now that we understood the meaning of work, power, and energy, it will be easier for us to find other clues. Look! A feather flew from the car wheels. Maybe we should follow its path. I think we're here, STEM. There's a soccer field and many girls are cheering for the boy to hit the ball and dodge another player. Which do you think are the clues?
The boy's hitting the ball!
That's right. Oh, there's another piece of paper. Let's take a look. Another part of Prof. Physics lesson. Let's read it.
The boy who plays soccer is an example of work. Because as the boy kicks the ball, it causes the ball to move and spin.
Ooh, so that's how it works. Now that we found one of the examples, it would be easier for us to look for other examples. Are you still there, STEM? Look! There's a feather on the ground. There is a man on the pedestrian lane and there are children buying ice cream. Which do you think are the clues?
The children!
Wow, STEM! Another torn piece from Prof. Physics lesson. Let's read it.
I know you love ice cream. Eating it will bring nutrients to our body, especially the fruity one. They will make chemicals inside your stomach, and those will be called chemical energy. That is what we use in order for us to be able to run and play and do works.
Wow! Just great, STEM! I think we have completed all the examples for work, power, and energy. But wait, we still have one missing piece. That's the falcon stem. I think it has the last piece. Hurry! We need to catch it up. Look, stem. It's not like the other pieces. It has the question in it saying, now, what do you think is the importance of work, power, and energy? Based on the examples we got, I can say that work, power, and energy is very important because we use it in our daily life. These three are connected to each other. Work is done when force produces motion. Power describes the rate of doing work in a given time. And energy is what we need to do work. Oh, I think that's it, Stem. Good thing that we ourselves experienced the adventure of work, power, and energy. Now that we got all the pieces, let us send this to Prop P6.
Work objects move as a force is applied. Work objects move the same way. Power you divide, work to stand by.
Dan and I calculate each seconds, minutes, and hour. Bigger and better, POWER. ENERGY, energy is best defined. So property that transfer to perform a word. Work, power, and energy. Work, power, and energy. Work, power, and energy. When work is right, how do you know? Well, just if it moves on, force is applied, push or pull it. It may slide, work if it moves away. Power is rate at which work is done. There are two types of energy, kinetic and potential energy.
Doesn't this seem logical? For the more energy you have, the more work you can accomplish and the more activities you can engage in.
Come on everybody, let's get our bodies moving so that we can reach the capacity through work and power. ENERGY, energy.
Do you have a dead battery at home? Did you know how to dispose it all? It was so essential and you must know. Don't worry, cause I'm here, I got you. 1, 2, 3, improper disposal of battery can damage some parts of our lives. Environment, nature will put it in danger. We got tips just for you. Do you have a dead battery at home? Did you know how to dispose it all? Come on, let's learn about this tips. Just listen and we will show you tips like recycling, taping and putting in a bag. We'll make a battery safe. Different types of batteries do exist. Drawing depends on it. Do you have a dead battery at home? Did you know how to dispose it all? Come on and be responsible. Don't worry, cause I'm here, I got you. Batteries are toxic to human and animals. Can also cause fire hazards, so that's why listen and be responsible. We got tips just for you.
Physics in the screen, let us learn together. Having knowledge is better. So let's dive in and learn together. Physics is life, it is everywhere. Let's learn together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Physics. Physics is everywhere. We can learn together. It's trivia time.
Hi, I'm Drexel Cordero. Let's talk about who discovered the rotational motion and when was it discovered. Let's go! The Greek scientists discovered the rotational motion. How? Pythagoras speculated that the Earth was round in the 6th century BC. Next, Aristarchus of Samos approved that the Earth rotated on its axis in the 3rd century BC. Then, Eratosthenes correctly calculated that the circumference of the Earth to very high precision, and also correctly calculated the tilt of the Earth's axis. After that, the religion got in the way. All of that was forgotten for 1,500 years, but this has to be rediscovered during the Renaissance and the Age of Reason. Hope you learned something new. See you next time. Bye!
Woo! Summer is really getting here, huh? Whew. I'm perspiring from this very hot weather.
Hold on, let me get my fan.
It's actually cool how things like this fan spin in a circular motion with a varying speed. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it always fascinates me. Do you know how that happened?
I really have no idea.
Well, I know. It is because of its rotational motion. Rotational motion can be defined as a motion of an object around a circular path in a fixed orbit. The object moves about an axis and different parts of it move by unequal distances given in an interval of time.
But how do we know if something is moving in rotational motion?
Well, a body is said to be performing rotational motion if it is spinning around some fixed line, which is also called the axis of rotation, like this fan and other examples such as a spinning top and a wheel. They all spin around some fixed line.
The spin of the fan go round and round, round and round.
Round and round, the spin of the fan.
Go round and round, that's rotational motion.
The spin of the fan go round and round, round and round, round and round.
The spin of the fan go round and round, and that's the rotational motion.
Aha! It's Shiva time! Hello guys, I'm Lloyd Angelo San Luis from STEM 202B. Let's talk about rotational motion. Did you know that rotational motion can also be defined as the motion of a body, in which all of its particles move in a circular motion with a common angular velocity about a fixed point? For example, the rotation of Earth about its axis. The rotation of an object about a fixed point can be two directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. The energy produced due to this rotational motion is called rotational energy. There are many essential terms associated with rotational motion like torque, moment of inertia, and angular momentum. I hope you learned something new. See you next time. Bye guys.
To know more about rotational motion, here are some real-life examples of it. A famous example of rotational motion in real life is our planet Earth rotating on a fixed axis to create night and day. And the Earth takes 24 hours to make a complete rotation around the invisible line to get turn to face and be warmed by the sun.
A windmill is an example of rotational motion. It is also a good source of electricity which can't affect the environment. Here in our province, Laguna, the wind farm is located at Rizal, Laguna, and it is called Pililia Wind Farm.
Motion of wheels, gears, motors, and etc. is a rotational motion. Motion of the blades of the helicopter is also a rotatory motion, as well as a door swiveling on its hinges as you open or close it. Rotating in a fixed position to make our cars drive, a car that carries you from your house to your desired destination.
The hand of a clock moves with a uniform motion, completing movement of a specific distance in an hour. The large hand points to the minutes that goes around the clock, which is equivalent to 1 hour, and the small hand is the hour hand. Clocks can be seen in any places, such as home, offices, public places.
And lastly, a train going along the tracks at a steady speed. Rotational motion can be defined as a motion of an object around a circular path with a fixed orbit. It can also be defined as a motion of a body in which all of its particles move in a circular motion with a common angular velocity. Rotational motion is the basis of much of the mechanical technology in modern world.
Rotational motion is any object that can rotate or spin, position, acceleration, and velocity is involved in the motion.
When an object moves along the axis, then it is known as rotational.
Example of the rotational motion are the spin of the wheel, gear, and motors.
Always remember that when an object moves along in the axis in a circular path.
Aha! It's trivia time! Let's talk about the essential terms associated with rotational motion. Third, this is the magnitude of force applied on the body away from the point of application of force is called th torque. It is also called turning effect. For example, it is easier to push door open at its end rather than at the hinges. Moment of inertia. It is quantity that determines the amount of torque required to rotate an object about its axis. It is also called rotational inertia. Lastly, angular momentum is a product of angular velocity and the moment of inertia, which determines the quantity of the rotation of the body. Did you know that we see rotational motion in our daily lives? Yes! Some of these examples are the rotation of Earth about its own axis create the cycle of the day and night. The motion of wheel, gears, and motors. Motion of the blades of the helicopter. A door swiveling on its hinges as you can open or close it. Spinning top. And the motion of Ferris wheel in an amusement park. I hope you're learning something new. See you next time. Bye!
Did you enjoy the presentation? I hope you did. There's a lot of new information about rotational motion that we usually don't know. And now that we learned something new about rotational motion, we can conclude that rotational motion occurs in our daily life. This is the presentation of STEM 202B in behalf of our section. My name is Gio Josh Gabriel G. Castañeda. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!
Physics is everywhere, we can learn together.
Physics is our precious science, the science of matter and motion.
kids! I am Anjali and I am your host for today's show. Today, we will talk about the science of projectile motion. Have you ever wondered why in the game of Angry Birds, the birds would not fly into two different directions when thrown into the air? Let's find out why. First of all, projectile motion makes an object shoot through the air, and the path of the projectile that moves downward because of gravity is called a trajectory. In this case, the angry bird that was thrown into the air is the projectile, and its movement across the air forms a parabolic path. Next is about horizontal and vertical motions. Let us say a bird in a slingshot will take a while before it hits the ground, but a bird that did not use a slingshot will also drop. However, the results would still not differ because the gravity has a constant velocity of 9.8 meters per second. And that is all for today's show. I will see you again next time. Goodbye!
Physics of science, the science of matter and motion. Yeah, like electricity and all types of energy. Show me an
Once upon a time, in the center of an atom, there was a guy named Lucip. He is a powerful proton who wants to become more powerful. He is looking for a partner that will make them become more stronger when they share their powers together. So, he traveled in many places around the nucleus to find the right electron. In the middle of his journey, a lady suddenly appeared and approached him.
Hi, I'm Jana. I heard that you're a powerful proton here in the nucleus, and you're also looking for an electron for a partnership.
Oh, I see! You're an electron and you also heard the rumor!
Jana is also a proton, but she disguised as an electron because she also wanted to become stronger.
Yes, so I decided to give a very nice offer just for you. I want to combine my powers to you.
Okay! Let's see if we can become more powerful! It didn't work! I feel like nothing changed in me! I want to become more powerful!
Oh, I'm sorry. I think we can try it again.
Lucip noticed that Jana was also a proton and pretending to be an electron.
You're also a proton! You're messing around! You're wasting my time and you're not the one I'm looking for!
Lucip walked out and continued traveling. He didn't notice that he is outside the nucleus. On his way to find the right electron, he saw an old lady and asked her,
Hey ma'am, where can I find an electron?
But Lucip didn't notice that the old lady is a trickster.
Oh, I see you're trying to find some electrons. I can help you with that.
Oh, that's great!
But why are you looking for an electron?
I am looking for an electron so that I can combine my power and defeat Jack.
Okay, just go left, turn right, turn left again, then turn right. You will find a lot of electrons there.
Oh, sure. Thanks a lot.
Lucip traveled for so long, so he got thirsty. Suddenly, a girl approaches him and gave him some water.
You look so thirsty and hungry. Here are some food and water. Take it.
Woo! Thank you. By the way, are you an electron?
Yes. Why?
I wanted to combine my power with you.
Their power combined successfully. After that, Lucip and Shine immediately went to J.A.'s lair to defeat him.
Come out, Ja! I want to bite you!
Who do you think you are? Do you think you're strong enough to defeat me?
I'm Lucip, and I'm going to defeat you!
Okay, let's see what you got.
Lucip and Shine used Tornado and the Failing Blast.
Take that! Take that!
Lucip and Shine used Chaos Meteor and Cold Snap. After the long fight, Lucip and Shine prevailed. They defeated the evil J.A.
Now this is the story all about our electromagnetism.
It is a branch of physics, and it looks like an easy.
So we'd like to take a minute to see just now.
We'll tell how it works.
How's that sound?
Like positive and negative, electrons are the ones that negative.
Protons the ones that are positive.
Well, now you know.
Let it go, let it go.
Don't hold it back anymore.
Let it go, let it go. Go and get your calculator.
I don't care
what will others will say.
Let your knowledge flow.
Competitions never bother us anyway. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at Mawa Arena for the finals of Puppets Got Talent.
Today, 3 groups will showcase their talents with a concept of energy sources. So what are we waiting for? Let the final begins.
For the first performer, we have Group 1.
Let me show you the world. For energy sources were discovered. Tell me, baby, oh, isn't lonely so that I can imagine a ball. Let me tell you the change. Take it to modern wonders. Energy sources, they help us build this modernized world. A whole new world, a brand new world with dazzling lights. Thanks to energy source, we've come so far, making our world develop and improve.
Ahem, I am here. Let me tell you something about me, geothermal energy.
What can you say about geothermal? From the deep the stream. Hey, it's okay, geothermal. One of the source of our supply. Hey, it's a renewable source of energy. Cause the heat produced continuously. When the night got cold, to store you far from down below.
You're looking at geothermal, yo.
Oh, also it use robotic geothermal can give you the lights and bring it far. Also I harness the power geothermal to feed your lights and electricity. So what can you say about geothermal? For energy it gives from the earth. There's no need to block out.
But hey, let's not forget who's also here, nuclear energy.
That's right. So I'll let things burn, coals and all the nights. Let's tell this to the world. Oh, they don't know that much. They don't know what it can do, what is true. Taking the good day and this is back to you. They don't know that much.
Next in line, we have Group 2.
Need energy, I got it. Oh yes, you have it. I also own it. We're solar and hydro and hydro and solar and hydro and solar. The sources of energy. Staring hydro, solar. Knock knock. Oh well, I said knock knock.
Fine, I will answer it. Who's there?
Could do.
Could do who?
Could you believe that this son said that she's better sources than me?
Alright, you know what? Everyone knows that I'm the best sources. Energy song, hit it! The sun is shining and I'm giving power. It's the energy. With my shining in my light and the sunlight stopping by, I'm gonna give what people need.
Unless the weather gotta change or the water comes the best, you couldn't make it 'cause I'm here.
But people always like me best.
Well, you always been a pest. You're so hot and we don't want that. Energy sources, but what's the sources?
What are the sources? Energy sources.
Hydro and solar both provide us
Electricity, both essential.
for them, you and me. It is solar
And hydro,
and solar, vital energy source. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Solar energy.
Solar energy who?
It is any type of energy generated by the sun. Solar energy can be harnessed directly or indirectly for human use. Hey sister!
Yes, sis?
You know what I've always wanted?
Hydroelectric energy!
That's the form of energy that harnesses the power of water in motion, such as water flowing over a waterfall to generate electricity.
Oh, that's the energy that is renewable and can make a peak of electricity demand.
Plus, it is eco-friendly and low cost.
We will be back for more exciting performances. Stay tuned for Puppets Got Talent.
And we are back in Puppets Got Talents.
For the last performer, let's give it up for Group 3.
Dad, the tribesman told me that you wanted to talk.
We're running out of time, Moana. The god of the wind have not visited us for so long. We need another source of energy to run the island.
I think I know who to ask help for this. I'll move now, Dad. Trust me on this. We will save the island.
Wind can be a source of power, just like energy in water, which helps produce energy. It can be created by wind turbines, convert wind into electricity, used in our community. Every turn it takes, wind turbines creates energy that we call wind energy. With the help of this, we can produce electricity. Through turbines, wind energy produce electricity that we use daily in our society. We should know how it works and its process so we can understand wind energy.
Boat! A boat! The gods have given me.
Ahem. Maui Shapeshifter, demigod of wind and waves. I am Moana of Banki from the islands of Ilocos Norte, and you will board my boat. Sail across the sea, and tell me another source of energy.
I see what's happening here. You're looking for sources of energy, right? Cause you only know wind turbines. Well, have you heard biomass energy? An energy source from different wastes, like solid waste and sewage underneath, organic matter, wood and crop. Biomass energy never stops. An energy source known as biomass, produced by living organisms. An energy source known as biomass. Waste are like the new amazing thing. An energy source known as biomass. Electricity from waste. An energy source known as biomass. Produce energy from animal waste. Biomass, biomass, energy.
Mother Nature is really generous to give us all of this. But can you remind me why are wind and waste energy good for us?
Actually, I really do not know why. Them! Maybe they know why.
Wind energy from wind farms, sustainable. Biomass from power plants, renewable. Much efficient than other source like natural gas.
That's wind and biomass.
Wind energy can source of electricity, sustainable and limited and free. And biomass emit less of CO2 gas. It helps reduce our waste and that's good for us.
And the winner for tonight's Puppets Got Talent is Group 1, 2, and 3. Congratulations! And that is the end for Puppets Got Talent. Have a nice day ahead.
Physics, physics.
Expand the line about
Physics, physics. It's fun to learn about physics. Physics, physics.
Expand the line about
Physics, physics. It's fun to learn about physics.
Good morning, kids. We hope you're having a great day. Come and join us at Puppet Physics. For today's episode, we're going to have our dear friends with us. We are going to learn about these electrical devices and how to use them properly to avoid injuries.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi there, Mr. Old Lion. What are you doing?
I'm wondering what this devices is for.
Oh, Mr. Old Lion, this one is called the transformer and this one is a resistor.
I like the resistor. It has so many colors.
That's right, Mr. Old Lion. And also, kids at home, a resistor is an electrical device to create resistance in the flow of electric current.
Oh, how about transformer?
Mr. Old Lion, the transformer is designed to convert alternating current from one voltage to another.
Ah, now I know.
Hi, Mr. Lion. This is a capacitor and multimeter. Well, capacitor is an electrical device that stores and releases electricity in a circuit. It is an indispensable part of electronic equipment, while a multimeter determines capacitance by charging a capacitor with a known current, measuring the resulting voltage, then calculating the capacitance. That's all!
Hey Lance, do you know what is the function of tachometer and ohmmeter? I'm confused between the two.
Oh, nice timing. I'm here with my friend electrician. He can tell you the difference between ohmmeter. Right, Mr. Electrician?
That's right, my friend. I can teach you the difference between the two. A tachometer designed to measure the rotation of speed of a shaft or disc, while an ohmmeter is an instrument for measuring electrical resistance, which is expressed in ohms.
Wait, I thought you used multimeter to measure the resistance.
That is also right. You can also use the multimeter to measure the resistance.
Thank you, Lance, and dear friend. Now I know what is the difference between the two.
more safety tips in using an electrical device.
The first tip that you have to know is to not work on a circuit while power is being applied, and to make sure to keep your work area dry.
And also, don't forget always your safety goggles. And be especially careful when you solder, because soldering iron can easily burn you.
Of course, always ensure that all electronic equipment are properly grounded.
What is that loud noise? Oink oink.
Oh, that's the generator. Am I bothering you?
Not at all. I just wondering what does the generator do?
Well, it's a device that receives mechanical energy from an external source and converts it to electrical energy.
Is that a motor?
Yes, that's right. How do you know that? A motor helps the generator to operate. It uses electrical energy to do so. It is also used in escalators, elevators, and etc.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for sharing.
What are you doing?
I am looking for my inductor. Have you seen it?
Oh, what is an inductor?
An inductor is a passive electronic component which is capable of storing electrical energy in the form of magnetic energy. It is also a bit small. That's why I'm having a hard time looking for it.
What does it look like?
It is a cylinder shape and it's usually made out of copper.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes! Thank you for helping me finding my inductor.
You're welcome.
What is that thing that you're holding?
Hi there! This is an LCR meter. We use this to measure the inductance, capacitance, and resistance of an electronic component.
Oh wow, that's one interesting device right there.
Here are some safety tips in using electrical devices.
The first tip you have to know is to always use non-conductive shoes and always use direct electronics repair and maintenance tools.
And also, don't forget to make sure your circuit is not overloaded and don't use bare hands to remove hot parts.
Of course, do not forget to not wear flapping or loose clothing while working.
Wow, those electrical devices sure are useful, and it gave us more knowledge about this kind of stuff too.
Yes, you're right. These devices are so interesting. It's so fun to study electrical devices like this, but always remember to know how to properly use them.
That's right. Remember what happened to you before, Mr. Scientist?
What happened to you before, Mr. Electrician?
What happened here? I heard a loud bang outside and the room smelled like burnt wires.
Oh, I'm just working with some extensions and suddenly it just exploded.
Look at your arms. It is wounded. It looks like you have a second-degree burn.
I think so too. Can you help me to treat my wound?
Yup.
You should be careful next time. You are doing electrical works. Make sure to follow safety rules and always wear your PPE.
I will. Thank you, Old Lion.
I hope you enjoyed Puppet Physics today. Remember to always catch us with new and fun discussions.
Let us thank Mr. Electrician for joining us today. Thank you, Mr. Electrician.
I'm honored to be with you guys. I hope you learned a lot today, and there are more devices we could talk about next time.
And now, it's dance time!
Oh
no!
It's too dark!
It's blacked out.
Oh wait, let me just turn on the generator.
Click.
Yay!
Puppet Physics, Puppet Physics. Expand the line about physics. Puppet Physics, Puppet Physics.
It's fun to learn about physics.
Puppet Physics,
Puppet Physics.
Expand the line about physics.
Puppet Physics, Puppet Physics. It's fun to learn about physics.
Have fun and learn about physics with different stories, songs, and dance. Stay tuned on STEM Junior.